Coach, scrimmage tomorrow, just what are you guys hoping to get out of it?
Well, the biggest thing, we got to solve some depth chart issues. We got to solve some battles that we need to see. We've gone live a few times during practice, but we haven't gone in the game type situation. We're going to put a ton of pressure on them, like hand them a game plan tonight. There should be very, very low, limited MAs, if any. And if there are, that just shows people that are dedicated and people that aren't. We're going to test them in all areas. We're going to put them in every situation possible, put as much heat and much pressure on them as we possibly can, and see who performs at a high level. Again, when you're talking about over half your football team is a freshman or a redshirt freshman, and you got some guys that are going to play as freshmen, and they're going to have huge roles. And then you have quarterbacks that are inexperienced, that don't have any true game experience except maybe a total of one game. Right, so we have to be able to, like I said before, guys, we have to be able to develop and evaluate, and then we got to master all at the same time, which is very difficult. But also at the same time, you got to take care of some of the guys that are going to play. You know, I mean, you have a limited amount of players that have a ton of experience, so you got to keep them healthy as well, the best way you can in the game of football, which is violent as it is. So that's what we're looking for. When you look at the wide receiver position, I mean, I'll tell you right now, 82, that freshman, he's going to play. I mean, he might be one of the best, if not one of the best wide receivers we have right now. And he just got here a few weeks ago. So we have to be able to develop who's going to get in there and make the plays when they present themselves. Competition, breeds elite performance. And that's what we want to be able to see. We have high competition amongst a lot of positions, and that's what we want to see have happen. And then we want to see growth and development in some others. Because we have to be able to see who's going to be not just the one at some position, but who's going to be the 2 and the 3 as we continue to go forward and build this depth chart.
How many plays do you expect them to do tomorrow?
As much as we need to be able to see who we need to be able to see. It could be anywhere from 70 to 120. I mean, it just depends. Everybody's going to play. It's not like I'm holding people out. Everybody's going to play. It's just there's a certain pitch count on every one of these guys, and then we'll kind of get them out as we go. But then let a lot of the young guys play and develop, because we're going to need a lot of them to play, guys. And you hate to play a ton of freshmen your first year, but when you're forced to, you got to get them ready.
Everybody's talking about the scholarship. How much is that just prove that it's more than just what happens on the football field, what you're trying to build here?
I've said this numerous times, guys. This program is a holistic program. Eventually, maybe they'll fire me for not winning enough games. That's controllable and also non-controllable at the same time. For me, my job is to be able to educate, motivate, inspire, create, develop lives in all 4 areas, elite lives, academically, athletically, socially, and spiritually. And it just proves that if you are elite in those 4 areas, you will be rewarded in the program. It doesn't guarantee you that everybody will do that, but there's going to be opportunities presented to people that do that. And, Justin's a prime example. I mean, he's the 3rd string kicker. It's his senior year. He's got the Big Ten kicker of the year in front of him. The chances of him ever kicking are slim to none. But the way he lives his life, the way that he promotes our program, the way he makes our program better by how he works, that should be rewarded. And it is. And he deserves this was not a gift. He earned that. He completely earned that himself.
Has it surprised you at all, though, how it's blown up, or is this?
I think, we had some of these at Western Michigan where I was at that blew up, kind of the same thing, whether it was Ellen DeGeneres or whether it was Good Morning America, because I think people want to see like heartfelt stories. And you don't try to do it that way. We're not trying to get that press, but that's what's great about college football, is when things like that happen, people want to talk about that. There's so many stories and negativity at college football and these 17 to 22-year-old young men, and that's what we want to report on. So when something like this comes along, it blows up. But things like this happen every day across the country. It just happened to be here at the University of Minnesota where they felt like that was special enough to put everywhere, and we're very thankful for that. But this is about Justin. This isn't about getting exposure and having that happen. It just happens naturally. We've done a lot of other things that haven't got national attention. We're just going to run our culture and run our program the way we say we're going to run it, and that's an example of that.
Coach, can you give us an update on Winfield?
Yeah, he's getting better. He's getting better, but he's one of our best players. I don't think he has to prove to me what he can do to play. His how is off the charts. The cerebral part of the game is off the charts. The physical part's off the charts. The mental part's off the charts. And he's getting better every day. So we're going to be very, very safe with him, and hopefully have him back the Buffalo week. So, but he's progressing really well.
How about Ottman-Bell?
Yeah, we'll see. You know, I tell you what, the one thing I'll say is I usually never call a lot of people out. I don't do that a lot until they really earn it. 82, phenomenal player. Chris Bell, number 3. Chris Ottman-Bell, a phenomenal player. He might be out just a little bit here. I don't know how long yet. We'll see how he progresses this week coming up. That's the kind of what his injury is. It's kind of how does this next week develop, and if it develops at the pace we think it can, we'll speed it up a little bit more. If it doesn't, then we got to back off a little bit more. But it's not season-ending injury or anything like that. But you got to determine as you go through the year, do you want to redshirt him? You know, we have a saying here: don't sacrifice what you really want down the road for what you want right now. And that's what you have to sacrifice in year 1 at times. Make those decisions for the long haul, but also have the players to win now as well. So there's that balance there that you have to be cognizant of. But those 2 freshmen have been, I mean, exactly what we thought they were going to be.
You guys got one more for Coach here?
How do you feel Steven Richards has been playing?
I tell you, if you ask him, I think his body feels better than it's ever been. He's playing at a higher level than you know, I've seen him play at. I can't judge him for what was in the past, but he's leading a lot more. He's opening his mouth a lot more, making other people around him better. And the style and the way he practices has changed since January. I think he trusts our staff. He trusts the training room. He trusts his body. He's, you know, we have a saying: you lead in and lead out. He's putting a lot of elite things in his body, taking care of his body at an all-time high, and you're seeing that, you know, you're seeing that finished product on the field.
All right, cool. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Yep, my pleasure.
Thank you.